Sul mare luccica l'astro d'argento, placida è l'onda, prosper il vento. Venite all'agile, barchetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Venite all'agile, barchetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
Libiamo negli lieti calici che la bellezza infiora, e là fulgevol ora s'inebria voluta. Libiam dolci fremiti che suscita l'amore, poiché quell'occhio al cuore onnipotente va. Libiamo, amore, amor, fra i calici più caldi baciavrà. Sì!
This kiosk could come in handy if I ever need any reference books.
Mia sorella ha avuto un figlio ieri, lo sapevi, Giuseppe?
No.
Pesa 30 kg.
30 kg? Wow.
Non sapevo fosse
È
incinta.
grosso.
Un elefante.
È un po' pesante, sì, è vero.
Vuoi andare al cinema, Vania?
No, assolutamente no.
È un bel film.
Ma non ne posso, non voglio.
Non hai tempo? Devi studiare?
No, devo studiare.
Ho capito. Va bene, alla prossima, ciao.
Ciao.
That's my pager. Antonio Fongo is in his office. Time to go to work.
Nancy, what are you doing?
Studying the architecture. That's what I want to be, an architect, so I'm kind of owning up.
You Americans always busy doing something. Che noia.
This looks interesting. I'd better go somewhere private and report this.
Ciao, this is Nancy Drew.
Yes, is this Detective Leporace?
Si, but please, to you I am just Sophia.
I'll remember that, Sophia.
You have something to report?
I think so. While I was watching Fongo, a pigeon flew to the window outside. Fongo got up from his desk, went over to the window, and took something off the pigeon's leg. Something very small.
He removed something from the pigeon's leg. You are positive?
Yes, he removed something, kind of studied it, then left the office.
Maybe he is using a trained pigeon to communicate with someone. Yes, this could be true, because we know that by phone he talks to almost no one. Here is what we will do. I will deliver to you a tracking device. You will sneak into Fango's office when he is not there and feed it to the pigeon. After that, you can use your PDA to see in what direction it has flown.
You want me to feed a tracking device to a pigeon?
It will be very, very tiny. But I do not want to leave it at the ATM. If you go there too much, people will get suspicious. So we will leave it for you in the costume store in Campo Santa Maria Formosa. It will be hidden among the things there. You will have to find it.
How will I know what it looks like?
Very soon, I will send a picture of it to your PDA. But you must locate the device quickly. If you do not find it in time, it will destroy itself. If that happens, we will hide another device. Your PDA will show you where we have hidden it.
You want me to feed a tracking device that self-destructs to a pigeon?
The self-destruct mechanism will automatically deactivate when you pick it up. And do not worry. The device will not hurt the pigeon after it is swallowed.
And I'll be able to track it using my PDA. Sounds like this thing is going to come in very handy.
It is from the GDIF. Military equipment is good.
Well, guess I'm on my way to Campo Santa Maria Formosa.
After you have fed the tracking device to the pigeon, you must do two things. You must find out where the pigeon goes when it leaves Fangos, and you must discover what it is carrying. Call me when you know these things. You are good to help us, Nancy. We are very short-handed. Carnevale keeps the police very busy.
I'll do my best. Ciao.
La donna immobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero. Sempre un amabile, leggiador viso, in pianto, in riso e menzognero. La donna immobil, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensier, e di pensier, e di pensier.
Looks like I'm going to have to pick this lock somehow. Mi chiamo Nancy.
Giuseppe!
Claudio!
È un sacco!
Looks like some cards are missing. I need to translate this.
scusi, signore?
Sì?
Ma quando affonderà Venezia?
Boh, quando non ci saranno più veneziani per salvarla.
Grazie.
Prego, prego.
Mi scusi, signore?
Sì?
Oh my gosh, Fongo's coming back!
Quando non ci saranno più veneziani per salvarla.
Grazie.
Vieni qui, piccioncino, vieni. Vola.
Gotcha! Hello? What kind of message is that?
Ti vedo.
I'd better call Sophia.
Bene, c'è anche Vania.
C'è anche Vania.
Certo, siamo sposati.
Sempre
Tu,
bene.
Giuseppe, io lo sapevo.
Nancy, you have tracked the pigeon.
Mio
After it
fratello
left
si sposa,
Fongo's,
lo
it flew to
sai?
Campo Santa Margherita.
Un uomo?
It landed
Un uomo
right
o una
next to
No,
this place called Casa dei
Mio
Giochi.
fratello si
Casa
sposa-
dei
si
Giochi.
sposa con
You
Maria,
are
una
sure?
bellissima donna.
Yeah?
Così come
Is something wrong?
Mi piace davvero.
Casa dei Giochi is a private
simpatico.
club
Sì,
owned by
l'unico
Enrico
problema è
Tazza.
che Maria
The
è
police
una
suspect
ragazza
that he fences stolen goods for big
No, non
criminals
c'è
like Leo
problema, io vedo
Macchiano.
bene, benedico questo
Fongo is
matrimonio.
working for the Phantom. Perhaps Tazza is working for him too. Look around the Casa dei Giochi, Nancy. Talk to Tazza if you can. Get on his good side. See how much you can find out without making him suspicious. Was the pigeon carrying a message?
Yes, but all it says is hello in English, followed by an exclamation point.
There is a dot at the bottom of this exclamation point.
Yeah?
You must find a microscope and examine this dot, Nancy. If Fongo was sending a message to Tazza, maybe it's hidden there.
A microdot, of course. I'll do that. I'll find a microscope and take a look at it.
If I do not hear from you, you will hear from me.
Abbiamo bisogno di qualcosa per stasera, per la cena?
Sì, dobbiamo andare al supermercato a comprare dei pomodori e dei peperoni.
Ma chissà dove è un negozio?
Ma Giuseppe, tu non lo conoscevi uno?
Sì, ce n'è uno qui vicino, a 50 metri.
Vuoi venire a cena da me domani, Vania?
Certo, ma mi piacerebbe tanto.
C'è anche Giuseppe, ti ricordi Giuseppe, quello strano
Me lo
professore?
ricordo, sì, che carino.
Beh, carino mica tanto.
Looks like that's it.
Che ore sono?
Boh, non lo so, ho dimenticato l'orologio. Vania, tu ce l'hai?
Sì, ce l'ho, sono le 10:30.
Benissimo, allora andiamo.
Another package?
And I want you both to know that I am very sorry if that American girl is bothering you. It was not my idea for her to stay here, believe you me.
Yikes, they're talking about me. I shouldn't listen,
She doesn't bother me.
Nor me. In fact, I rather like her.
but I'm going to anyway.
This is because she spends most of her time on the roof bothering me. She's always up there looking at buildings through binoculars. She says she wants to be an architect.
Well, if she wants to learn about architecture, she's certainly come to the right city.
Which reminds me, the Restoration Council has finally responded to our plans for renovating the shower area. Would you rather get upset now or later?
Please, later. I just ate. Anyway, I apologize for the trouble she makes. If she bothers you, you tell me and I will tell her.
Oh, she's fine.
She's quite fine, actually.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
So, I noticed someone got a box of chocolates. You perhaps? From a secret admirer?
They're not for me. They're for someone named Il Dottore.
I thought that was someone's special name for you. How disappointing. Especially since I was going to ask you if I could have a piece. I'm starving.
I read the article you wrote in Eurovelt magazine, the one about the Leo Macchiano trial.
That was one of 6 articles I wrote about the trial. I could have written 6 more. It was so fascinating.
Do you specialize in crime stories?
Not really. Also, I do seem to gravitate towards them. And the Macchiano trial was like this gigantic black hole. It just sucked me in. You see, the crime ring Macchiano ran, the more testimony I heard regarding its inner workings, the more impressed with it I became. Every heist was so well planned, and the role of everyone in his organization was so well delineated that Macchiano was the only one who knew who everyone was and what everyone did.
There was no second in command?
No need for one. And Macchiano never wrote anything down. Name, function, even what everyone was to be paid. He kept it all in his head. That's why Enrico Tazza, the man rumored to have been in charge of safeguarding the goods Macchiano stole, that's why he went free. The stolen goods were never found, and there was nothing to link him to Macchiano or anyone else in his organization. Unfortunately for Macchiano, one of his underlings cheated one of his underlings, who decided to get even by going to the police. Still, it took them 2 years to collect enough evidence to bring Macchiano to trial. And even though he was sent to prison, his conviction is being appealed and could eventually be overturned.
In the meantime, it looks like the void he left behind is being filled by this phantom thief guy.
Indeed. Macchiano always eliminated his competition, one way or the other. So this phantom, he is... How do you Americans put it?
He's making hay while the sun shines.
Ganz genau.
Does Leo Macchiano have a family?
He has a wife and 3 kids. Not that that makes him any less of a criminal.
Does he have any brothers?
Just 2 sisters, One lives in France, the other in Austria. If you're thinking that perhaps one of them is upholding the family tradition in the persona of Il Fantasma, that's extremely unlikely.
Is it possible that the Phantom is, or used to be, part of Macchiano's crime ring?
No. The Phantom is obviously an expert at what he does. He would have been very high up in the organization, in which case he would have been arrested along with everyone else. And that means he wouldn't be stealing art. He'd be stealing food from the prison kitchen.
What else can you tell me about Enrico Tazza?
Not much. Now that Macchiano's in jail, he's back to just being the owner of a local card parlor. Why do you ask?
I was just curious.
As they say, old habits die hard. Tazza could still be doing something illegal, but if he is, it would be small potatoes compared to what he was doing for Macchiano.
Do you have a Carnevale costume yet?
No, but I have been invited to several parties, so I'm definitely going to get one. I've got this strange urge to dress up as a cat.
I should get going.
One.
Hello, Nancy.
Would it be okay if I used your microscope?
I have a very strict policy when it comes to my equipment. No one touches it but me. And now, you. I trust you, Nancy. Please, be my guest.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Nancy.
Do you live here at the Ca?
No, I have a room in a building on the other side of the Grand Canal. A very small room. But I spend so much time here and so little time there, I suppose technically I do live here.
Do you know who that box of chocolates in the entryway is for?
No, I didn't really look at it because I assumed it was for you. It's not?
No, it's for someone named Il Dottore.
Oh, I was afraid, I assumed they were from that Locket fellow of yours. Il Dottore. Wonder who that could be.
What are you going to be for Carnevale this year?
Working, that's what I'm going to be. I haven't been invited to any festivities, which is just as well because I detest costumes. So to Carnevale, I say, bah humbug.
Does Margarita know that you went to prison in England for art theft?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not going to tell anyone. I just want to know.
My real name is Justin Beaumont. 2 years ago, I removed a Renoir from the private collection of a man to whom it was nothing more than a financial investment. I took it home so it would be appreciated as the masterpiece it was. Its former owner took issue with my actions. I was arrested, and I was sent to prison for a year. As for Margarita, she's the only one who knows. She says if I don't continue to work for her for next to nothing, she'll tell all her friends I have a criminal record, which would essentially end my career here in Venice, just like it ended my career back in England. If that were to happen, I'd be utterly lost.
In other words, she's blackmailing you?
What's worse, not only does she keep trying to get me to use substandard materials so she can save money on the renovations I'm doing for her, but she wants me to cover it up by lying to the Restoration Council about it. And for someone in my precarious position, let's just say resisting has been very, very difficult. Enough. I insist we change the subject.
I need to get going.
What's his name?
What's whose name?
The bloke who gave you that locket you're wearing.
Oh, Ned.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Hello again. Do you always wear that locket?
Do you like it?
It is just that, well, when one lives in Venezia, one becomes so used to true beauty that anything less tends to stand out like dirt on a white rug.
My roommate, Helena Berg, does she stay here a lot?
This is the first time. I met her at a party which Rosetta Del Bene gave. When Helena found out where I lived, she practically begged me to let her stay here. And with Rosetta standing right there, well, I could not say no.
Why was she so insistent about staying here?
She said it was because the Nascosta is so centrally located, which it is. okay. But I think it was because I am so centrally located. She's what you call a social climber. Always asking me about parties. When they are, where they are, who is invited, what should she wear, whose name should she say to get in. Che schifo! The upper class of Venezia is closed to outsiders. Elena is full of voglio, this is true, but she will never be one of them. Us.
I hear you've been using the fact that Colin has a criminal record to try to get him to do things that may not be totally legal.
Who tells you this? Colin, he says that? Because I do no such thing. It is him. He is the one who wants to break the law. Margarita, he says, pay me 1,000 euros, and I will find a way to save you 10,000 euros on your renovation. No, I tell him, lasciamo stare. But he keeps bringing it up.
How did you find out he had a record?
He told me. When he asked me if I wanted him to lie to the council, he was trying to prove he had experience in such things and could get away with it. And now, he is telling you that cheating on the renovations was my idea? Oh, once a liar and a thief, always a liar and a thief. This is what I get for being nice. If and when people find out I hired such a man, I will be the laughingstock of Venezia. So please, Nancy, please, keep what you know to yourself.
Who is Il Dottore?
Dottore means doctor. What doctor are you talking about?
There's a box of chocolates downstairs for Il Dottore.
Someone must have left them here by mistake.
Has anything else for Il Dottore ever been delivered here?
I am up here all day. Something gets delivered, something does not get delivered. I do not know. I do not care.
Will you be dressing up in a costume for Carnevale?
Altro che! I have fallen in love with Commedia dell'arte. So this year I will dress up as my favorite character, the big-nosed, nasty Pulcinella. He and I are so opposite, no one will ever guess it is me.
I'm running kind of low on euros.
You are not asking me for a handout, I hope. Or a loan.
Could I maybe do some work for you and earn the money?
No.
Oh.
But do not stop with me. There are many ways for people with energy and voglio to make money in this city. Go to Rialto Market and see what people are buying. Use your eyes. Use your brain. You will think of a way.
I'll let you get back to your sunbathing.
Padronissimo.